William and Kate have banned the BBC from broadcasting their Christmas Carol concert as tensions remain high over a controversial royal documentary. The charity fundraiser, which the Duchess is hosting at Westminster Abbey, will instead be shown on ITV. With Kate hosting, William is expected to watch on proudly from the wings, while Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis could all be in attendance. The move comes after the BBC aired the first of the two-part documentary The Princes and the Press trademark on Monday night. Monday TMS episode included a suggestion that rivalries between royal households were at play, and that negative stories about Meghan had been leaked by courtiers. BBC Chairman Richard Sharp told The Voice of the Listener and Viewer TMS Autumn Conference, "From time to time, this organisation produces programmes which may or may not meet with full agreement with different parts of the establishment." He did, however, address the importance of the royal family in the UK, saying it is at the centre of our identity. On Wednesday night TMS ITV News at 10 programme, the BBC debacle was covered by royal editor Chris Shipp. Before handing over to Mr. Shipp, the programme TMS anchor Rageh Omaar said, "It could, of course, just be a coincidence." But, within a couple of days of the first part of a BBC documentary on the relationship Princes William and Harry have had with the press, ITV and not the BBC have been asked to broadcast a carol concert hosted by Kate, William TMS wife. Mr. Shipp added, "The filming of the carol service will still go ahead at Westminster Abbey, but the choice of broadcaster has changed. The fact is, the televised carol service here only dropped into ITV TMS Christmas schedules as late as last week." A source at the broadcaster said that was very unusual trademark. Mr. Shipp asked whether the BBC was being punished for the controversial documentary. Answering his own question, he said, "Well, put it this way. I was told today that Prince William is fiercely protective of his staff and this is exactly the sort of thing he would do." William did not watch the documentary on Monday night, as he was presenting the environmental Tusk Awards at London TMS South Bank. However, a source told The Sun earlier this week that the documentary will have stirred up tensions, with the current row only the beginning. The source said, "It was all arranged to be on BBC One, but it was switched in the last few days because of the terrible row over the documentary. And things are likely to get a lot worse between the royal family and the BBC before they get better as the second part of the documentary threatens to go further." The second part of the documentary, which airs on Monday night, examines the period between 2018 and 2021. It will cover the privacy actions Harry and Meghan have launched against the British press, as well as delving into the brothers' trademark rift. The BBC is also releasing a 4-part podcast series, Harry, Meghan and the Media Trademark, with the first episode out on Monday. Express.co.uk has approached Buckingham and Kensington Palace for comment. William's reported decision to bar the BBC from airing on its channels an upcoming charity Christmas Carol concert involving the Duchess of Cambridge may be the tip of the iceberg in what appears to be a major row with the Beeb. A source has claimed the Duke of Cambridge would have to seriously consider any further projects after BBC Two aired the first part of the 2-episode The Princes and the Press documentary. It has been previously claimed the BBC did not allow royal aides to get a preview screening of the programme. Rather, the broadcaster reportedly offered the palace a right of reply by outlining in a memo a series of claims present in the documentary. The BBC's approach to the project as well as the claims reported in the documentary are believed to have angered William as well as the two other royal households. At the end of the first episode of the documentary, aired on Monday evening, the BBC showed a rare joint statement provided by Kensington Palace, Buckingham Palace, and Clarence House. It read, "A free, responsible and open press is of vital importance to a healthy democracy." However, too often overblown and unfounded claims from unnamed sources are presented as facts and it is disappointing when anyone, including the BBC, gives them credibility. Days after the first episode of the documentary aired, the royals remain united in their response to the BBC, according to a source. They told the Daily Mail, "It's fair to say that while the response to what has happened is being driven by the Duke, there is complete unity among all three royal households. You really couldn't get a cigarette paper between them. There is a serious issue of integrity at stake here." Another source, described by the Mail as a friend, claimed Prince William remains bruised by the Martin Bashir scandal. They said, "The whole Bashir scandal is still very raw for him, and now this." Express.co.uk has contacted Kensington Palace for comment. An inquiry from Lord Dyson found Mr Bashir was in serious breach of the BBC's producer guidelines when he faked documents to gain access to the late Princess of Wales through her brother, Earl Spencer. Following the publication of the inquiry, Prince William issued a blistering statement, in which he spoke about his incredible sadness at the corporation's failings. The broadcaster's royal correspondent, Nicholas Witchell, spoke of an irritation within the firm at the expense of the BBC. He said, "There is undoubtedly irritation in the royal households, but especially at Kensington Palace and especially on the part of Prince William. These feelings are very raw, and they have been exacerbated by these two programs, The Princes and the Press." The first episode of The Princes and the Press aired on Monday evening and detailed the media coverage of Prince William, Prince Harry and their partners between 2012 and 2018. It included suggestions negative stories about the Duchess of Sussex had been leaked to the press by royal courtiers. Moreover, it contained claims of competitiveness within the royal households. The second episode, due to air on Monday, is expected to delve into the widely reported rift between Prince William and Prince Harry. Earlier this week, the BBC said the documentary was about how royal journalism is done and features a range of journalists from broadcast and the newspaper industry. On Wednesday, BBC Chairman Richard Sharp was asked at the Voice of the Listener and Viewers Autumn Conference about the claims Kate and Prince William had decided to snub the BBC and instead offer their charity show to the rival ITV. He said, "The BBC is a national institution, and we approach our relationships with the other national institutions with great care and thought. The royal family is at the centre of our identity, its underlying importance is unequivocal. We have tremendous respect for all aspects of the royal family in what they undertake and do. From time to time, this organization produces programs which may or may not meet with full agreement with different parts of the establishment. Our job is to get that right, to be independent, to be respectful." Earlier this week, it was claimed Kate is to lead a charity carol concert at Westminster Abbey in early December while Prince William looks on among the public. The unique show was all arranged to be on BBC One, a source has claimed, but it is now reportedly set to be aired by ITV. ITV's royal editor Chris Shipp reported sources at his broadcaster saying they were only made aware of the offer late last week and that contracts are still being negotiated. An ITV source said of the late commission, "It was unusual for it to come to us this late." Mr. Shipp added the Christmas special is being made for ITV by BBC Studios, not an unusual practice, as the studios also made a documentary on the Duchy of Cornwall for ITV in 2019. Prince William has collaborated with the BBC as recently as in October, when the broadcaster aired a 5-episode special focused on the Earthshot Prize and its first ever awards ceremony. Princess Diana took on juicing in the 90s as one of the means to maintain a healthy lifestyle, her former chef Darren McGrady has claimed. The late Princess of Wales underwent lifestyle changes in the mid-90s, in particular following her split with Prince Charles, according to the chef. Mr. McGrady said Diana was particularly careful with ingredients used in her meals and eager to try new food trends. Among them, she studied juicing, Mr. McGrady claimed. He told Mashed, "She was juicing before, I think, anybody had even heard of it." The royal would often explore new combinations of fruits and vegetables to use in her juices. But the princess did make a serious mistake while looking for a healthy and tasty juice, Mr. McGrady recalled. Diana asked for an all-beet juice to benefit her skin. Despite the chef saying he had tried to talk the late princess out of this and suggested mixing the beets with apple juice or celery, she insisted on drinking only beets. The day before the Trooping the Colour parade marking the Queen's official birthday, Mr. McGrady gave in and prepared the juice requested by the princess. But Diana experienced an unwanted reaction to the juice. Mr. McGrady claimed, Princess Diana came in to the kitchen an hour later, and her face was all blotchy. I think it was a reaction to the beets. And she said, "You poisoned me." I said, "It's the beet juice." Mr. McGrady recalled Diana's skin cleared out after she drank loads of water. He added, "She was fine after that. But after then, we'd start mixing it with apple juice." So she had the beets and apple juice. Mr. McGrady joined the kitchen staff at Buckingham Palace in 1982, where he cooked on a daily basis for the Queen and Prince Philip and prepared grand meals for state visits and official ceremonies. In 1993, he moved to Kensington Palace and cooked meals for Princess Diana, Prince Charles and their children Harry and William. He remained at the princess's service until her death in 1997. Mr. McGrady previously opened up on the more informal style he could adopt working for Princess Diana, who even offered to make a coffee for him not to interrupt his work. In a video shared on his YouTube channel earlier this month, he said, "I always suggested 2 puddings for the menu, Diana's favorite, and one the Queen didn't like, so I knew the Queen would pick the bread and butter creme souffle. It worked every time and the princess got it whenever she visited the Queen."